is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. If you're struggling with getting enough damage on your builds when wanting to have mostly armor cores, because we all want to feel somewhat tanky, then this is the build for you. Not only are we over 1.8 million armor, but the damage we deal out gives us that all red cores feeling. And that's because we have an insane amount of multiplicative damage on this build. So you see we have this centered around Hunter's Fury, and the gear set bonuses: 2-piece, 15% shotgun damage, 15% SMG damage, 3-piece, 20% armor on kill, 100% health on kill, and then the 4-piece Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. So just by being within 15 meters of your enemy, automatically getting 20% of amplified damage. Now, the second part, we can get even more amplified damage. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And as long as you continuously get kills within that 10 seconds, it will keep refreshing that 10 seconds. So we can basically get another 25% amplified damage. And this mask is rode with max armor crit damage with a max crit damage mod, 12% for the expertise row. My other pieces, we have the gloves, max armor crit damage, 11% expertise. Knee pads, max armor crit chance, 12% for the expertise. And the holster, max armor crit chance with 12% for the expertise as well. Now the first of our two brand set pieces, we do have the closer, the Uzanic Etika named chest piece, plus 5% total armor for the brand set bonus. And this is row with max armor crit damage crit chance with a max crit chance mod, 14% for the expertise row. And then the talent Perfect Spotter amplifies total weapon and skill damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. So even more multiplicative damage. Like I said, this build has a crazy amount of it. Now, I'll be honest, this build started out with how much multiplicative damage can I possibly get on a build? And obviously, Perfect Glass Cannon is going to give us 30% instead of the 20% we get with Perfect Spotter. But with Perfect Glass Cannon, sure, we do get that 30% amplified damage, but we also give our enemies 60% amplified damage against us. So in my opinion, having 10 less multiplicative damage on this build, I think is a lot better than our enemies having 60% against us. So yeah, that's why I went with the closer over Perfect Glass Cannon. And then our backpack is a Grupo, 15% crit damage for the brand set bonus, rode with max weapon damage, crit chance with a max crit damage mod, 12% for the expertise row. If I had a Grupo backpack to where I could row armor on it, I would, and this would be a 2 million armor build, because honestly, we don't need a weapon core at all. And this talent has a good bit to do with that. Versatile amplifies total weapon damage for 10 seconds when swapping between your primary and secondary weapon if they are different. And ours is the first one, 35% to enemies within 15 meters for shotguns and SMGs. We're always going to be within 15 meters. And this gives us more amplified damage than Glass Cannon. So just by swapping from our SMG to shotgun and vice versa, we're getting 35% amplified damage with our guns for 10 seconds. That's pretty good. And then of course, we're not worried about any of the other weapons. So at the very end of the talent, at most once per 5 seconds per weapon type. So when the timer goes out for the gun that you have out, just swap to your other one and you just basically doing this over and over, so you're always going to have that 35% up. But we didn't stop there with the multiplicative damage on this build, because we also have a flatline on both of our guns. Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. And the way we're pulsing them is with the linked laser pointer that you get with the technician specialization. And then the other mods that we have on the SMG, 2 5% crit damage mods, and plus 20 rounds for our magazine. And for our shotgun, again, the linked laser pointer, and 5% crit chance, 20% reload speed. And then with our SMG, we have 13% for the expertise row with max SMG damage, crit chance, and damage to target out of cover. So of course, more multiplicative damage with the damage to target out of cover, but our shotgun has even more than that. 13% for the expertise row with max shotgun damage, damage to armor, and damage to target out of cover. So with our shotgun, not only do we get the damage to target out of cover, but we also get the 12% damage to armor, giving us even more multiplicative damage. Like when I said this has a crazy amount, yeah. So 35% from our backpack, 20% from our chest piece, and of course 20% right off the bat with our Hunter's Fury, and then once we get full stacks with the Hunter's Fury, another 25%. So with the SMG, just the base multiplicative damage, 100%. Once we get full stacks of Hunter's Fury, 125% multiplicative damage. Then with the shotgun, 112% base, and then with full stacks of Hunters, 137% multiplicative damage. Yeah, that's a lot. That's why I said you really do not need, if you have a piece to where you don't have to have weapon damage, you don't need weapon damage here. You'll see in the gameplay, I did a level 4 control point. In my opinion, besides legendary, obviously, the tankiest yellow NPCs that this game has. We all know how tanky the level 4 control point NPCs are, especially the bosses, and these guns just absolutely melt them like we're playing challenging. So yeah, this build definitely put some work in. We'll go, oh, you know what? Let's go over the stats before we go over the skills. So with our SMG, on top of all of that multiplicative damage, we do have max crit chance, 142 crit damage, a 70% headshot damage. Then for our shotgun, we are at 45% crit chance, 132 crit damage, 65% headshot damage, and 12% armor damage. I mean, if y'all want to take a look at the armor, we are at 1,830,000 armor. Alright, so the skills that we are using, we do have the striker drone. It's going to help take some of the heat off of us. Plus it's getting some extra damage from our spotter. It is at tier 1 at 20% striker damage, 70% health. Expertise row is at 14%. In the mods, 7.2 duration, 9.7 health, and 5.4 damage reduction. So yeah, you may want to put a damage mod there instead of damage reduction. So yeah, anyway, we do have a shield. Skill tier is at, well, the tier is at 6 because it does take in consideration all of the blue cores. 60% active regen, 250% shield health, and 40% holstered regen. Then the mods that we have for this, 2 4.9% shield health mods and a 5% holstered regen. So we can go ahead and take a look at our specialization. Like I said, we are running technician, plus 1 skill tier, 12% damage to drones, skill proxies, and robotics. Armor kit also applies to all friendly skill proxies within 10 meters. Artificer Hive in the 2 mods if you want to use that. Party members within 5 meters of your deployed and undisrupted skills are immune to shock and disruption. Gain 15% bonus armor while aiming a skill, 50% pulse resistance, and 10% skill damage. And as always, just make sure the 2 guns that you are using are equipped on your specialization, so you're getting that extra 15% weapon damage. And of course, the other reason we do have this specialization is so that we can have the linked laser pointer, technician laser pointer that pulses targets at which it's aimed. So yeah, that is the build, my friends. I mean, like I said, if you're struggling with weapon damage when you're wanting mostly armor cores, honestly, if I could have all armor cores, I would. This would definitely be the build for you to try out. I mean, the multiplicative damage on it is just insane, and it absolutely shreds the enemies. So if you're gonna give it a try and you tweak it to your own personal playstyle, we would love to hear how you are running it. I know I say that in every video, but again, maybe the way that you run it can help somebody else out who's watching the video, reading the comments, all that beautiful stuff. So definitely let us know that. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If I don't have to answer, I'm sure someone in this amazing community will, because we're all here just to help each other out to get better at the game. I'll continuously preach that. So yeah, and that's just how we do things around here. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for knocking me out of my menu. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, my friends. Hope you guys are doing good and staying safe out there. And as always, my YouTube family, take it easy.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected.